What's up guys, Darkdally here, and today I'm going to show you a super quick and easy way to wire this door with switches and a logic gate so that you can open it from either side and hitting either switch. It's really easy. You see me do it in all my builds. I always use this door, and I've had multiple viewer requests for this video. Now I have shown it before, but I'm going to go over it today in this updated video because a lot of my older videos are just kind of getting lost back there. So let's do this. So we want to put a switch on each side of this door so they can be opened from either side. The first thing we want is a generator. Now I'm going to show these wires as simply as I can so that you can easily see which wire goes to where. I'm going to wire it here on the wall, and then I'll move it over to the door. So first, now because I have USO, all my objects are going to be in here. You want to go to power, and let's go ahead and put the logic gate that we're going to use first. We are going to use the XOR gate, which is all the way at the end. Now, you don't need to know what this does to build this, but I will show you. This transmits power if exactly one input has power. If logic gates don't make sense to you, don't worry about it. Just wire everything up like I have it, and your doors will work fine. Okay, so let's go get us two switches, one for each side of the door, even though we're just going to build this right here on the wall. So this will be, the inside switch, and this will be the outside switch. Alright, so this is all we need. The generator, the two switches, the logic gate, and of course the door. Now the first step is you want to run power to each of these switches. So let's go ahead and do that. The switches need power to function. Okay, now step two, we're simply going to run both of these switches to the power side of the logic gate. Simple, right? I mean, that's all there is to this. We're just going to run both these switches here, like so. So there's nothing to miss there, and then we just wire the output from the logic gate to the door. And that's it, though. That's all there is to it. Now, notice the door is still closed. That's because as long as these gates are in the same position, the door will always be closed. So now, hitting either switch, however many times you want, will always toggle the door open or closed. So let's go ahead and do this as we would. I just wanted to show the wiring first and show how simple the wiring really is, because the wiring can look complicated once it's on the door. So let's go ahead and let's put it on the door, and I'll show you that whole process so we can get it, the finished product and everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull off our wires. Get rid of all of these. We're going to start from scratch. Whoops. There we go. So, starting with the door, the first thing that I always do is I provide power to the door. This way I can move in and out and, as needed to wire the wires. So we're just going to go ahead, and I just call this hot wiring. We're just going to hot wire the door open. Pick which side you want the logic gate on. It's usually best, you want to put the logic gate and the switches on this side of the door, whichever side of the door that the conduit is on. That way you don't have wires crisscrossing back and forth in front of the door. So let's say we want the logic gate. Oops, let's actually build some steps here, because I sense that I'm going to fall down this a couple more times if I don't. Let's go ahead and there we go. Okay, just in case I fall down again. So let's put this on this side. Let's put it, I like to put it, like there or something. Now let's grab our switches and put one on each side. Now we're going to have to use the wires through walls glitch, and I think everyone is familiar with that by now. And if you're not, I will provide a link to my video on how to do that in the description of this video. It's really easy to find. It's actually one of my first videos I ever did that I uploaded to my channel, so it's very easy to find if you just go back to the beginning there. Okay, so we got our logic gate. We have our two switches. Okay, that bugs me when they're not perfect, so that's good enough. Okay, so the first step was to get power to both switches, right? So we're going to want to use the wires through walls glitch. Well, not for the first one. We can just go ahead. Let's do this as it would be done. Let's go ahead and put a conduit on the wall or something. Like, let's pretend the power is coming in from this conduit. And now, in a future tutorial video, I'm going to show you how to do the complex security system that I have here. Now, in this case, I have these doors used too. And just remember that if you want to wire a security system to this, it doesn't make it any more complex. It just means running the security system to here. And this is just, this conduit comes from power, comes from the security system, whatever. This conduit is comes from whatever you want to imagine is powering our doors, be it a security system or a generator. So if you recall, we want to provide power to both switches. Now I'm going to have to use the glitch to get to the next switch because it's on the other side of the door. Okay, now if you recall, the next thing to do is wire both switches to the input on the logic gate. Okay, now here I'm going to have to use the glitch to get to that gate because it's on the other side of the wall. And I might have to run a dummy wire to do it. Let's see. Nope. Oh, I think I can get it. There we go. Run this to the logic gate. Make sure when you're using the wires through walls glitch that you have the XOR gate selected and not that wire. It's easy to accidentally do that. Make sure it's the gate selected. If you're trying to glitch a wire and you run a glitched wire to a wire, it can cause an issue. Okay, so now we got power to both switches. Both switches run into this input. Now, if you recall, the last step is to run this to the door. I might not need to glitch this. I do. No matter. What I'll do here is I'll just pull me up something to run a dummy wire from. Probably don't have to, but I'm going to anyway, just for demonstration's sake. Just run a temporary wire so that I can run a glitch off this to the door. Can get rid of that. And here we have the same system, and we can get rid of this wire because this is holding the door open. We don't want this, but we do want to power that conduit up there. So this is the same scenario as I showed on the wall. It's just that now it's actually wired up the way it would be. And as you see, you can just hit either switch on either side of the door and it opens and closes. Alright guys, there you have it. I think it was pretty clear, and I tried to clarify some other stuff as I went along. It's a really simple matter. The wires look a little complicated once it's actually wired up on the door, but as you saw on the wall, it's actually really, really simple. These are the most awesome doors. I use them in every settlement. So guys, I hope that was helpful. If it was, don't forget to click that like button. And while you're at it, why not subscribe to my channel? To catch all the new content I'm always coming out with. I hope you like, the stuff I'm doing here, and, comment and let me know. Alright guys, so it's been a pleasure. My name is Darkdally. I will catch you next time.